Good evening. A Sioux Falls man with a long criminal history is back in jail tonight, charged with first-degree robbery and rape.
The crimes happened at a casino on South Cliff Avenue, just across the street from the Avera McKenna campus. Just before 11 o'clock last night, police say 36-year-old Marion Brooks entered Ace's casino with a stolen gun and demanded cash. Police say that when the employee grabbed the cash, Brooks took it, pushed her down in a back room, and raped her.
The casino had some surveillance video, so officers were able to get a description of the suspect from that and also from the victim. And around 3:30 a.m., we had an officer that found the suspect near 8th Street in Indiana. The man was arrested on several charges. A handgun was found in his waistband.
Police say that the handgun was reported stolen just last Friday, the same day Brooks was released from jail. He has a lengthy criminal history in both South Dakota and Iowa.
And today, KELOLAND's Carter Schmidt sat down with Sioux Falls Police Chief John Thum to talk about repeat offenders and the next necessary step. Good evening, Carter.
Bridget, Chief John Thum says the police department is just one part of the conversation, that the issue needs to be talked about more broadly to include the court system, corrections, and society overall. Chief Thum says throughout his time in law enforcement, he's seen repeat offenders again and again.
I think where we're in a real opportunity to do something is we're talking about it regularly. We're talking about it with our partners within the state, our partners locally, our lawmakers, and other advocacy groups.
Thum brought up Senate Bill 146 from this year's legislative session, which limits parole for violent offenders, making them serve at least all or 85% of their prison sentences once convicted. It was passed and signed into law by Governor Noem.
We also have to confront and talk about what people are doing to get the services they need while they're incarcerated, whether that's mental health, whether that's other issues. We need people really to receive services and opportunity to really get on the right path. However, when they're not on the right path, we have to hold them accountable.
Do you think the justice system has failed some of these victims in these cases?
I think we have to make sure when we engage and talk about justice reform and the justice situation that the victims' voices are heard in this as well. A lot of emphasis on some of the other pieces, but sometimes I think the victims feel like they get left behind in that conversation.
While some people may particularly look at law enforcement as the problem solver, Thum says they are just one part of the conversation.
I think we need to broaden our perspective as a community, as a society, to say what are we doing with youth, what are we doing with at-risk youth and people who maybe need positive intervention, and really look introspectively for what we're doing on a mentoring piece and how we're taking active roles to make kids' lives better and then maybe intercede when they make poor choices to put them on the right path.
In our conversation today, Thum also talked about the importance of locking your vehicles and securing firearms to prevent some of those violent crimes and how timely it is with the most recent case. Now, last night, Sioux Falls City Council members approved an ordinance to give $50,000 to the police department to help remind people to lock their vehicles. In the last 5 years, larcenies in the city have risen 29% and stolen vehicles are up 50%. The money will be used to develop a campaign, including media content and other advertisements for billboards, radio, and TV ads. Sponsors of the ordinance hope the efforts bring awareness and prevent more of the crimes from happening.